Pastor Joyce, could you share with us your thoughts on what are some of the best approaches that a husband and wife can use to resolve conflict in the home, whether it be between each other or with children?
Okay, I will take dealing with the husband and wife together. And we all are aware that this is one area where there will be conflict between husbands and wives. I would say that we have conflicts because we have different tastes, we have different preferences, we have different backgrounds, and sometimes we have clashes. But how we can best resolve them with an attitude of humility, understanding too that none of us is perfect and we all have our shortcomings. And so I believe the first act of humility is what we should take to heart, because we realize that we all fall short of God's expectations, and we sometimes fall short of the expectations of our spouses. So that's the first thing that I would share with that. Humility.
Humility. So if I look at humility, do you mean if I want to watch an action movie and my wife wants to watch Love Comes Softly, that I look to her interest instead of my own? Is that what you mean by humility, to resolve that type of conflict? It's there, it's a Friday night, hey, I don't want to watch Love Comes Softly, come on. How do we resolve that? Is that what you mean by humility?
Well, there's a scriptural principle that says that we ought to prefer one another better than ourselves. So if we make application of that scripture there, Brother Peter, that's what it means. But of course, there will have to be some compromise. Maybe this Friday, I will let my wife watch that program, and then next Friday, we'll agree that you will watch what you would like to watch if we have one television together. So it's that kind of preferring the other aspect that I want to, I'm introducing here, that works, that we have to give way to the other person for the sake of peace. After all, the scripture says, live peaceably with each other. It's applicable in our homes as
well. Amen. Pastor, what would you like to share on this
topic? I'm thinking that it's important to set aside time. Set aside time to discuss whatever the prevailing issue is. I'm thinking it's also important to stick to the subject matter that is at hand, because we know that there are times where things have not been properly resolved, and in the nick of time, in the heat of the moment, while discussing, persons then, in order to score points, begin to talk about things that happened yesteryear and the year before yesteryear, and so these are some of the things that I would say. If the children have to be out of the way, put the children out of the way, make sure the children are not around. You don't want to get the children, want the children to hear you quarreling and fussing and fighting and fuming. So those are my thoughts there at this particular moment.
Thanks. So adding fuel to the fire, you've got some axes to burn or to bury that you've never buried. So you're grinding your axe. So how does a couple do that? Put aside old axes to grind that have never been resolved. I mean, these are still in the forefront. When issues come up and they feel like they're going to lose the battle, so I'm going to bring in some more battle axes to try and win this. Do they just have to say, oh no, I can't do that? Is there anything else that they could do to really help themselves to not do that particular thing?
What I usually say, governments have meetings, churches have meetings, school have meetings, families can have meetings. So husbands and wives can also have meetings. You don't have to wait until something goes terribly wrong to start to mend or to start to work on a particular issue. As things happen, or sometimes we just come and sit down, let's make time to talk. Sit down and talk. One of the process that I've used is, okay, I want my wife to give me a feedback on my husbandry. How am I doing as a husband? What areas of my life do you think I can work on, that I can make some changes to? And so instead of waiting until things happen to begin to address these things, I'm thinking that couples can just have constant meetings, constant dialogue, constant talk. And be honest and sincere. How are you feeling today? If you're not feeling well, don't say you're feeling well, but you know you have something burning you up.
Before I come to you, Pastor Keith, I want to come back just for a moment, Pastor Joyce, because you've done a lot of study on counseling. And what I've observed is it seems couples wait too long before they ask for help from a counselor in marriage, whether it's a pastor or a professional counselor. Can you share your thoughts? When should a couple, when they have a conflict, reach out to a counselor to help them resolve it?
A couple should reach out to a counselor the moment they realize that this matter is not being resolved in the relationship. You're so correct when you said that most couples wait until it's too late, and most times they want an immediate resolve to something that may have been going on in that relationship for an extended period of time. So we find that we are not able as counselors to really deal with the issues, because at this time when most couples will come, they're not really willing to commit to the time that is necessary to really resolve that issue. And sometimes the problem has gone so deep and so far that it's going to take real time to really be able to really find what were the sources of the conflicts and how to really devise a way to help this couple work through the situation. So couples should really seek counsel the moment they realize that this matter is surfacing constantly and that it's creating space and tension in the relationship.
Okay, great. Pastor Keith, what tips do you want to add to the thoughts here?
Oh, I wonder, picking on what Pastor White said about couples having meetings. That is important. Very important. I think couples should have meetings like on a weekly basis, if that is good, and find out how the marriage relationship is going. The reason why couples began at like friends and they married. When you're married as friends, after you marry, you become husband and wife, and that friendship ceases. That friendship, in most couples, that friendship ceases. That friendship should continue right throughout marriage. And when you're talking to your friend, you have that openness, you have that honesty, and you're concerned about the well-being of your friend. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of marriage end up in there is a conflict, and those conflicts are not resolved. Now, another thing again, you got to know what is the conflict. What is the cause of the conflict? Why the conflict happened? Because most time, marriage couples sit down and when you talk to them, they don't really know what the conflict is. And when you find out what is the conflict, you have to sit down and say, how are we going to resolve that conflict? And it's important to put the conflict on the table and both parties sit on the same side of the table. In that, don't let the conflict be in the middle. And that's what most couples do. They put the conflict in the middle, so the conflict is a separation. So you don't want to put the conflict in the middle. This is our conflict. How are we going to solve it? And then you need to find time to brainstorm. After you brainstorm, these are possible solutions. How we could solve the conflict, how we could resolve it. And then you select the preferable choice or strategy to work on. And then you have to hold each other, you have to know who will do what and hold each other accountable. And put that time and follow. That is important.
Yeah. Pastor Hoyt, talk to us a little bit about communication. The scripture says to be slow to speak, quick to listen. How important is listening? What are some of the techniques people can do to make sure they're understanding what somebody else is saying? I've heard it say that you could repeat and say, what I hear you saying is this. Is that what you mean? What else can we do to help? Because communication is a big part of resolving a conflict. And what sort of techniques can people do to help them with their listening skills?
I think listening is very important. It's not a subject matter that is taught in schools. And so sometimes what I have done to help me with listening, I've gone into the courts where my opinion does not count. Gone into the courts, sat down, listened to the witness give evidence, listened to the attorneys, the prosecutor, the defense make their different points, etc., etc. And I cannot say anything. What it does is it prepares me, it helps me to be able to listen when persons are speaking with me, and more so it helps me to listen when my wife is speaking. Because what's important is that when some person is talking, you want to disengage your emotions, because words can be emotionally charged. And so you have to be able to disengage your emotions so that you are not disruptive, so that you're not interrupting when the other person is speaking. And so that becomes another vital thing. Do not allow your emotions to get involved to the point where you hear words, and as you hear words, you're ready to jump on them. I think it's also important to avoid certain words, structured words, the always, you always, etc. etc.
Great, thanks for sharing. Thanks everyone for sharing. It's an important topic. It's one we all have had challenged with at one point or another, and I think it's really good tips to